Alright, so, hey, what's up, guys? I'm Matt Lighty, and this video is going to be talking about something that I just made in my spare time, and I'm still working on. It just came about because of stream. We were just discussing Scourge League. It really just kind of started where, like, I'm not a really huge fan of Scourge. I think it's incredibly bad for a league in its current iteration. The patch is fine. I love the patch, 3.16, but the league Scourge itself, I think, is terrible in a variety of ways. The question was, how do you quantify how a league is bad? And it kind of just one thing led to another, and I made this. Okay, so what I did was I basically polled with chat a variety of questions, which will hopefully add more, and we'll discuss that at the end of the video. But long story short, I wanted a metric to basically grade how a league was in a variety of ways, and have those metrics associated with a variety of yes or no's, or neutrals plus scores, and those would then denote some sort of numerical value. So I had drop downs for different sort of mechanics, but this is like the scoring section, and here's the grading section. This is basically a way to denote if a league is good numerically. So let's go through one as an example. So these are all questions, basically add questions or statements that are like yes, no factors. So, has a timed mechanic? Does Ultimatum have a timed mechanic? Doesn't have, yes, it has a mechanic involving a time element. So I would put that as yes, it has a time mechanic, and time mechanics are objectively bad because it's a restriction on the player. Therefore, we got -2 points. And these are all just like kind of random associations of like what the point values are, the more impactful it is, or less impactful, you know, yada yada. So has boss. Ultimatum does have a boss, so it gets 2 points for that. Involves backtracking. There is no backtracking in Ultimatum, so it gets a point for that. Again, these points were just pulled out of our ass and kind of polled with like a bunch of people in Discord. We kind of went back and forth and did some like server, testing, Q&A testing for these questions. That's kind of how we got to some of these values. Are the boss fights accessible in Ultimatum? Absolutely not. -1 point. Probably should make this 2 points realistically. Are there server stability issues in Ultimatum? This was like, upon launch, not currently, but we'll say yes. Were there client stability issues in Ultimatum? I don't believe so. I think it was really just servers. Does the league mechanic drop mapping currency? It does. Does it drop crafting currency? It does. Does the league offer map sustain? It did not. I don't remember Ultimatum dropping maps, but you get the point. We go through this whole entire scoring sheet for a variety of things, and it ends up with a notable score. We did this for Scourge, we also did this for Expedition, and it ended up with Scourge having a score of -1, and Expedition having a score of +34. Now, again, these are metrics kind of pulled out of our ass, and this has to be fine-tuned to a degree, but it gave us a good baseline of just like denoting, is this league shit or not, objectively? And again, these questions go through a variety of metrics, like, does the mechanic provide crafting options post-Act 10 or post-Tier 16s? Is the enemy variety? Does the league contain an overarching central theme? Is the league mechanic rewarding enough to pause while mapping? You get the idea. Anyway, what I just want to see from you guys is just what are your thoughts, and especially, do you have any quantifiable suggestions / question statements that we could potentially add to this list? I'll put a link of this in this document in the description, a readable version, so you guys can mess with it yourselves, at least to a degree. And let me know what you think. I want to eventually, in a week or so, I'm very busy at the moment, but as a little fun back burner project that I could reach out to the, you guys and work with, this seemed like a cool idea that we came up on stream. So to make a quantifiable metric to basically grade leagues by in maybe their launch state and then their current state, right? And maybe even we'll put these things in different categories so they're more fair between leagues. But yeah, I'd love to see in the comment section what you guys think for question statements to add. Again, things similar to like, does the league have a time mechanic? Is there a scaling quantity off the map modifiers? Does the league introduce new uniques? Does the league reward farming high level content? You kind of get the idea. Basically, any question that could be asked objectively about a league, not about the patch, about the league. So what I mean by that is, again, I love 3.16. Scourge was introduced in 3.16, but I very much dislike Scourge for basically all these reasons. Again, this is in its current state, and I hope, and I'm almost positive it's going to change drastically over the next weeks. But yeah, that's kind of what sparked this. So let me know what you guys think, and let me know what your guys' question statements are, or just any feedback of this little cool project. And obviously we'll make it more pretty and make it much more user friendly when it's in its completed form. But let me know what you guys think. I'm Matt Lighty, and have a good day. Bye bye.